In Franklin Delano Roosevelt's first inaugural address, he said this: "We have nothing to fear but fear itself." He was speaking to a nation that was in turmoil financially, unemployment was off the charts, people were desperate. And as he spoke these words to the people, he spoke wisely. We are looking at scripture in Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 8 today. And the setting is this: Moses is saying his farewells, and he's speaking to his protege, Joshua, who is going to take over the leadership of the children of Israel. This is just as the children of Israel are getting ready to go into the promised land. And so Moses is encouraging and bolstering people as he is preparing to go up Mount Nebo and be taken up into the presence of God. At this point, Moses was about 120 years old. He had lived in a palace and been treated as a prince. He had lived as a fugitive, living in the desert of Midian, tending sheep, and he had led the children of Israel out of Egypt up to the cusp of the promised land, and then, because of their disobedience, around the Sinai Peninsula for 40 years. Joshua's training during all this time had been spent sitting close to Moses, sitting near Moses as Moses met with God. His preparation for the biggest challenge of his life was not on the battlefield, but it was close to the great I Am. So when Moses spoke these words to his protege, that we find in Deuteronomy 31:8, "It is the Lord who goes before you. He will be with you. He will not fail you or forsake you. Do not fear or be dismayed." Joshua knew that Moses was speaking from his own experience. God had never left Moses, not in Egypt, not in the Midian desert, and not now. And Joshua knew from his own training and preparation and his own encounters with the living God that these words were true. The God of Moses and Joshua is the same God that we serve today. Life is not predictable. Things change. Things happen that we could never imagine. Who could have imagined that 2020 would be such a strange adventure? But God is absolutely faithful. God has never left us. God has never forsaken us. We can take the promise that God gave to Joshua to heart and believe and trust that no matter what, God is present with us and loves us beyond measure.
When I walk through deep waters, I know that you will be with me. When I'm standing in the fire, I will not be overcome. Through the valley of the shadow, I will not fear. I am not alone. I am not alone. You will go before me. You will never leave me. I am not alone. I am not alone. You will go before me. You will never leave me. In the midst of deep sorrow, I see your light is breaking through. The dark of the night will not overtake me. I am pressing into you. Lord, you fight my every battle, and I these trials. You've always been faithful.